Look at this. Honoring our leader, Shahid Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. They're gathering at the mosque in Virginia. They're having a potluck. 12950 Center Entrance Court, Manassas, Virginia. The Manassas Mosque extends its condolences and glad tidings on the martyrdom. This is in the United States. This is in the U.S. They're gathering at the mosque in Virginia. This is in the United States. They're having a potluck. 12950 Center Entrance Court, Manassas, Virginia.
Yeah, I think it is.
The Manassas Mosque extends its condolences and glad tidings on the martyrdom.
This is just insane.
This is in the United States. This is in the U.S.
Insane. The enemy is within us. The enemy has infiltrated. That's in the U.S. Our nation has been infiltrated.
Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, big time Truth Social post from the president himself. Here we go. U.S. President Donald Trump, he said, if I didn't terminate Obama's horrendous Iran nuclear deal, the JCPOA, Iran would have had a nuclear weapon 3 years ago. That was the most dangerous transaction we have ever entered into. And had it been allowed to stand, the world would be an entirely different place right now. You can blame Barack Hussein Obama and sleepy Joe Biden. Thank you, President Trump. The JCPOA, this is Barack Obama's 2015 nuclear deal. The JCPOA. You might remember the big stack of cash that was given to the Iranians. This was ultimately, I'm going to use a word I try not to use a whole lot. The JCPOA was retarded. Trump is right. This is one of the worst deals of all time. Anyone supporting the JCPOA is, in all likelihood, retarded. This was a catastrophic deal, terrible deal that was negotiated. Effectively, it was a 15-year-long, $2.2 trillion bribe, bribing the Iranian regime for 15 years to the tune of $2.2 trillion to not make it a nuclear weapon, at the end of which, after 15 years, they would have been $2.2 trillion richer. The deal would be over because it had a 15-year-long sunset clause. It only lasted 15 years. And then the Iranian regime also would have had 15 years more to prepare and build out their bunkers and build out their enrichment program and build out their ballistic missile program and stockpile missiles and bombs and drones. It was a 15-year-long bribe to say, hey, listen, don't build a nuclear weapon now, wait 15 years and then build it after you've had 15 more years of preparing and stockpiling and another $2.2 trillion. The JCPOA was brain dead. Trump was very wise to remove this country from the JCPOA. Terrible deal. Terrible deal. Now, got some updates here for you. I've got updates here. I missed the missiles in Beirut. I don't think so. Nope. I'll show you this. Heavy, the unprecedented strikes are rocking Said Abad area in Tehran. Right now, the airstrikes, like we said, big topic right now. Israel and the U.S. are dropping bombs in Tehran, taking out target locations. This has been going on for probably 30 minutes now. I'm going to flip back up our cam here. Okay. Hello there. We're taking a look. We're taking a look at Beirut. I've got Beirut up. It's right there, yeah. What's more, listen, you guys got to trust me here. Okay, can I show you something real quick? I've got a bunch of different open source intelligence live updating news feeds on the ground, satellite imagery all over the place. There is nothing that is happening that we are not seeing. I'm telling you, you did not miss anything in Beirut. We haven't seen anything here yet. Let me see here. You think I did? Yeah. I'm looking for the follow-up. If I did, there is nothing posted about it anywhere. Well, at a minimum, if I did miss it and you saw it, that's fine. You saw it. At least you saw it. At least you saw it. I didn't see it. Once again, though, nobody's talking about it. There's no photos or videos anywhere. That's fine. Hey, it's behind us. It is what it is. If so, it is what it is. Check Beirut. That is what it is. Looking for something right here. Hold up. Stand by. The first U.S. service members killed in the conflict with Iran died in a direct Iranian strike on a makeshift operations center at a civilian port in Kuwait on Sunday morning local time. The source said the strike hit just after 9 a.m., directly impacting a triple-wide trailer used as office space. There were no warning sirens. Parts of the building were still smoldering hours later. So it was a makeshift operations center at a civilian port that had a couple U.S. military members, and the strike just came out of nowhere. I guess nobody expected the Iranians to attack a civilian center, is what happened. That seems to be the case there. That seems to be what happened. Looking on YouTube and wow, there's so much bullshit. Oh yeah. Almost every single like live coverage broadcast that is on YouTube, it's actually not live current footage. It's replayed footage from a couple days ago or from 8 months ago or sometimes from years ago, and they replay footage in order. It's all clickbait. It's all clickbait. In fact, what I have noticed personally is that a lot of the clickbait live footage on YouTube, there's a common denominator. It's all Indians. It's Indians. These are Indian accounts on YouTube. I hate to add on to the stereotype here, but a lot of these fake news, fake live stuff on YouTube, it's Indian scammers. That's what I've noticed. Literally every single time, it's always some Indian news source that's doing it, hoping that people click so they can make money. They're just trying to make some money. I kid you not. Indian scammers. By the way, okay, I need to get caught up here. Roger Davis Jr., thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Kelly, another supporter, member of the community. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much. Matt Morris, feather or dot? Dot. Not feather. Dot. Good question. Shepard S says, Matt, several live cams on YouTube at Intel Cams OSINT, in case you've not seen them, one of Beirut. Intel Cams OSINT. I'll take a look. It might be clickbait, or it might not be a good cam here. I'll pull this up. I'll take a look. Yeah, so I'm this is my personal preference. I'm just not really a big well these are all Ukrainian cams, but we have other live cams on this channel from Middle East real time. We could look at these. We could. Personally, I'm just not really a big fan of these cams, honestly. They're very small and I think they don't look that good. They're not that high quality. That's my personal preference. So I'm just not going to have those up here. I'd rather just stick to the ones that we have, if I'm honest with you. Thank you though. Thank you though. Unless you guys really want those ones. Unless you love those ones. I'll pull them up if you like them. Dominique, hey, thank you. Dan, it's Dom and Dino. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very happy. I'm lucky you're tuning in. Thank you. Thank you very much. Iran is losing subs faster than Tucker Carlson. It is so funny. Some of you guys, like I really just do not follow along with any of the broadcaster drama. Everybody has an opinion. I like Tucker. I hate Candace. I don't Tim Pool. I don't like Benny Johnson. I have no idea about any of that. I do not follow along with any of that. Okay. You guys know. Okay. Nobody seems to like those cams. Okay. All right. Me too. Why don't we take a look and see if we have any weird flights over here? What do we have here? Who are you? U.S. Stratotanker. U.S. Stratotanker. U.S. Stratotanker. U.S. Strato. Well, are you actually there or are these ghost flights? These are, I don't know what the official term is. I call them ghost flights. What I mean by that is sometimes on Flight Radar 24, sometimes a plane will flip off its transponder, and then Flight Radar will try to guess where the plane is without actually knowing where it is. So this is Flight Radar's best guess at where these planes are, but it's not actually confirmed. What about you? You are there. This is okay. We do have a firm track. We've got a firm track on this Stratotanker here. That one you just saw just ghosted. One of them just disappeared. There was one right here, just disappeared on us. Amazing. Well, I'll tell you what, we're seeing a lot of these Stratotankers fly. Are these more U.S. Stratotankers? No, this is all commercial. But anyway, no, we are seeing Stratotankers fly from Israel, U.S. Stratotankers, down over here to the Persian Gulf. What are you doing? You're a commercial. Emirates. Oh, we have a fighter jet. This is a Qatari fighter jet. I don't think he's lifted off. Very curious. I'm gonna flip off commercial passenger. Now we're only tracking U.S. I'm sorry, only military. So I'll just go ahead and leave that. I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there. Is Trump live? Is he? Take a look here. See if anybody is live on the yeah, no, that is live Beirut. Okay. White House. I would imagine that we will have another 5 or 6 minute long statement from Trump tonight. He's done that on day 1 and on day 2, and now we're sort of entering day 3. I would imagine we get a big statement from Trump tonight, 5 or 6 minutes long, just giving us an update on kind of where everything stands. He's done 2 of those already. So it would not surprise me. It would not shock me at all. Okay, why don't I do a little bit of an update dive here? We just looked at Trump's post on Truth Social about the JCPOA. In the post on his Truth Social app, U.S. President Donald J. Trump criticized the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, otherwise known as JCPOA, also known as the Iran nuclear deal, saying it, quote, was the most dangerous transaction we've ever entered into. And had it been allowed to stand, the world would be an entirely different place. He said Iran would have had a nuclear weapon 3 years ago. Yeah, well, okay, let's say Iran, let's say the JCPOA still stood. Trump did not get us out of it, and let's say Iran actually followed the terms of the JCPOA. What are those terms? The big terms of the JCPOA are that Iran was not able to enrich uranium beyond 3.67%, I believe, and also that they were not allowed to stockpile any of that 3.67% enriched uranium beyond 350 kilograms or 300 kilograms of that enriched uranium. So it was enrichment limitations and it was stockpile limitations of enriched uranium. So let's say that Iran followed the rules, they followed the agreements of the JCPOA. The JCPOA had a sunset clause. It only lasted 15 years, and it was signed into effect in 2015. So in 2030, would have been over with, would have been done. Iran then would be 15 years more entrenched, more bunkers, more ballistic missiles, deeper bunkers, more powerful, suicide drones, etc., larger stockpile. They would be $2.2 trillion richer by nature of the sanction reductions that were a part of the JCPOA deal. And then also, at the very end of that JCPOA in the year 2030, Iran would have been free to continue on stockpiling and enriching uranium to their heart's content, as they had been doing prior to the JCPOA. So it didn't really accomplish anything other than just give Iran a 15-year window to save up money and entrench themselves and build up a stockpile. It didn't do anything. It didn't actually help. It just it was effectively kicking the can down the road, is what it was. It's kicking the can down the road. But no, the JCPOA was not a good solution. I think in a lot of ways, it was kind of just like a 15-year-long bribe. It was effectively a 15-year-long bribe. Marco Rubio spoke to the media for 12 minutes. We've seen a couple clips from that, from this Marco Rubio speech. And we have a big list of takeaways. I'm going to read through the list here. From Secretary Rubio, key takeaways on the Iran operation. Iran is producing 100 ballistic missiles per month and thousands of one-way attack drones aimed to build a retaliatory shield that would make its nuclear program untouchable. This is all coming from Rubio, by the way. Iran is approaching a, quote, point of immunity within 1 to 1.5 years, where its missile and drone stockpiles would deter any strike. Sanctions have failed to stop the weapons buildup. The operation was timed while Iran is weakened and before it reaches that immunity threshold. U.S. intelligence assessed Iran would immediately retaliate against U.S. forces, so preemptive action reduced potential American casualties. Mission focus is destroying ballistic missile launchers, stockpiles, drone capabilities, and naval assets threatening global shipping. No ground invasion planned. Air and missile strikes are sufficient for objectives. There's Marco Rubio. He just said no ground invasion is planned. We're just going to keep on bombing them. Regime change is not the official goal, but the U.S. would welcome the Iranian people replacing the current leadership. Congress was notified through the Gang of Eight and in compliance within the 48-hour war powers reporting requirement. We saw Marco Rubio talk to the Gang of Eight on Tuesday. It was actually a couple hours before the State of the Union address. So what is that? 6 days ago. The U.S. denies targeting civilians and says any alleged incidents are under investigation. There was a story that came out yesterday, I believe, about how Israel dropped a bomb on an Iranian school and killed like 50 Iranian schoolgirls. And then it came out it's all fog of war, but allegedly that was actually an Iranian missile that launched up and then misfired and crashed back down and blew up their own school or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't there. Terrible. I don't even know if the story is real at all. If anybody died. You know, in situations like this, you have to understand every single side of the equation, Iran, Israel, US, everyone has a vested interest in trying to control the narrative. Everybody is battling to control the narrative. Everyone. I think there were 2 more points. Sorry, that thing blasted up. Iran controls roughly 20% of global energy flows via the Strait of Hormuz. Mitigation plans are being prepared to stabilize markets. Seems like it's a key component of U.S. policy to reopen the strait. Get the strait back open and keep it open. We don't want any economic turbulence. The final point here is no active diplomacy is underway between the U.S. and Iran. There's no diplomatic conversations going on right now. It's over. Operations will continue as long as necessary with no fixed end date. They've been floating 4 to 5 weeks. 4 to 5 weeks is what Rubio said, Trump said, Hegseth said, 4 to 5 weeks. But also all of them have said that we are ahead of schedule. So the initial estimation for how long this would take, 4 to 5 weeks, but that we are ahead of schedule. Whatever that means. Could be a couple days or a week ahead. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. Iraqi Prime Minister al-Sudani, as commander-in-chief, has personally taken over all military and security operations in Iraq. Once again, the current Iraqi Prime Minister has personally taken over all military and security operations in Iraq. Also, that's an excellent reminder. We need to pass the Save America Act. We cannot let all of these Middle Eastern shenanigans distract us from the Save America Act, which must be passed. Very true. That's a good reminder. Very true. I have some footage here for you folks. Stand by, stand by. Now, what are we looking at here? Footage shows a possible PAC-3 interceptor launched. The system malfunctioned. Too loud, super loud. Oh. Ooh. Listen, Allahu Akbar. So where is this? Jordan? Jordan News Agency. So this seems to be a missile interceptor fired in Jordan to go intercept some missile, and it malfunctioned midair and then came crashing down. Well, it actually intercepted the Earth. The Jordanians have Earth interceptors. It's an interesting new hardware they have. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hold up. Breaking news. Oh, boy. In a release from the account of the U.S. Assistant Secretary of Consular Affairs, Americans in Bahrain, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Israel, West Bank, Gaza, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Yemen have all been advised to depart now via commercial means due to serious safety risks. So this is an update that came out in the last hour. Security updates for Americans in the Middle East. Get out. Pretty much, it's like if you're an American and you are anywhere in this region, Israel, anywhere, UAE, you gotta get out. Time to go home. Time to go home. That's concerning. That's really concerning. The entire region. The entire region. That is concerning. Makes you wonder if something is happening, if something is coming. Makes you wonder if something is on the horizon here. Thank you, Big E. I appreciate that, Big E. Thank you very much. Yep, the U.S. State Department is telling everybody, get out of the entire region. Evacuate everywhere. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are having reports of explosions in Larnaca, Cyprus. Okay, right over here on the island of Cyprus, reports of explosions. It's curious because around this same time yesterday, we had similar reports right around the same time. Also, what is going on here with our, is it Jerusalem? Is our Jerusalem cam okay? What's going on here? There we go. Well, I'm going to give the Jerusalem cam a minute here. Maybe it's kind of bugging out. We'll give that a minute before I do something about that. That might just work itself out here in a minute, so we'll just wait. Okay, folks. IRGC-aligned media reports ballistic missiles have been launched at Cyprus. Why in the living hell would you do that? Like, these Iranians, they're doing everything they can to pull even more people into this conflict. They said, yeah, 11 countries we're already fighting 11 countries. Everybody in the region already hates us. Let's bring some more people in. Let's piss off the British. Why don't we start firing ballistic missiles at the Royal Air Force base in Cyprus? We sent drones over there yesterday. Now we're sending ballistic missiles over. Matt Morris, my cousin is pregnant. Should I marry her? Well, it depends on if you're Pakistani. If you're Pakistani, I think you need to do it. You got to do it. What's going on in Beirut? I'm going to try to find a Cyprus live cam. Stand by here, folks. Cyprus. Oh, do we have a Cyprus live cam? That is not Cyprus. I'm just sifting through clickbait bullshit channels on YouTube right now. Any Cyprus live cams? Maybe not. I'm telling you, man, firing ballistic missiles at the Royal Air Force Base on Cyprus is probably the single stupidest thing that the IRGC could do right now. But they do it nonetheless. But they do it nonetheless. Fasoila. Where is Fasoila? I do not know if I can find a Cyprus live cam. We are hearing reports of ballistic missiles. Oh, good. Jerusalem is back. That's good at a minimum. We're hearing reports of ballistic missiles. Sarah says, get real, Matt. Iran is going to fire a shitload of ballistic missiles and hypersonic missiles at all U.S. and their allies. Why do you think the government told all gringos to leave? Sarah, you are my most special. I'm going to put you in a special Leering Center. Sarah, I'm going to give you the Morse Scholarship to the Leering Center. I will personally pay for your tuition every single year to the Morse Leering Center for special adults, for special education adults, the Morse Leering Center. For only the most special adults. We will see. Sorry, folks. I'm still hunting for a Cyprus live feed, and I just cannot. Just can't find one. I'm even going to do something crazy. I'm going to look on TikTok. Maybe we can find one on TikTok. Can I tell you something crazy? There is a fake Matt Morris. This is not me. I do not own this. This is some person pretending to be me, and they've been re-uploading my footage on TikTok for like a year now, and I've never done anything about it. This is not me. They recently started uploading videos of like black people eating food or something. I don't know. I don't even know. They pivoted from Matt Morris videos to black people eating food videos. Astounding. I don't know. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't know. Anyway, Cyprus. Do we have anything coming out of Cyprus? my best. I'm scraping the depths of the internet to see if we can do this. I got to get the email code. I've got to get the text code. I've got to solve the puzzle. Good God. 723-440. Don't tell anyone. That's the number. Am I in? I'm logged in. Okay, Cyprus. We're in. And there's nothing. All right, there's nothing. That was all waste. Darn it. Let me do a little scan here. Now that didn't work. Coming out of the IDF, the Israeli Air Force has just launched additional strikes in Tehran based on intelligence directorate guidance targeting regime infrastructure. Just now, hot off the press. A short time ago, the Israeli Air Force struck and dismantled the Iranian regime's communications center used by the IRGC for military coordination under civilian cover and propaganda operations. The IDF says it will continue striking regime infrastructure across Tehran. So the airstrikes continue on. The U.S. State Department has just instructed every single American citizen in the Middle East to leave the Middle East. This is really breaking news right now, folks. We have not seen this until 5 minutes ago. What am I talking about? What is the breaking news? Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. State Department has just said, PSA, every single American, all of you in the entire Middle East, get the hell out. Hot off the press 5 minutes ago. All Americans leave the region. Every single country, doesn't matter. Qatar, Dubai, Israel, all of them. Time to come home immediately. Really makes you wonder. Really makes you wonder, is something happening? Is something coming? What's going on here? How do they leave? Swim. Swim? Swim. So, makes you wonder if there has been some escalation. Hop on a boat, hop on an airplane. You got to get out. I've got another report here for you folks. According to the White House memo to congressional Republicans, 49 Iranian regime decision makers, including Khamenei, were killed in the opening joint U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran. So within the first 5 minutes of this conflict, 2.5 days ago, 49 of the top Iranian regime decision makers, top levels of the leadership structure, taken out. Taken out. Now, what is going on down here? What are you guys doing? That ship is ghosting. That plane is ghosting. You are a very curious guy. Okay. You flew from a base in Jordan. This guy was, I'm sorry, my camera is like in the way, but these guys are flying around, huh? These are all U.S. tankers flying off the coast of Israel right now. U.S. tankers. You can't help but feel like something is coming. Does anybody else have the same kind of heebie-jeebies feeling right now? You can't help but feel like something bad is about to happen. Hate to be that guy. There we go. We got zoomed out a little bit. I wonder what that was. Okay. B-2 round trip is 36 hours. True, from Whiteman Air Base in what? Missouri or Arkansas? Where's Whiteman Air Base? Missouri, in Missouri. 36 hours from Whiteman Air Base in Missouri. We got some curious news, though. We got some curious news. This is Whiteman Air Base. This is where a lot of the B-2 Spirit stealth bombers have been flying in and out of. Right, central smack dab, just about in the middle of the U.S. However, we got the go-ahead from the Royal Air Force, the British Royal Air Force, that going forward in this operation against the Iranian regime, the British gave us permission about a day and a half ago to make use of a little thing called Diego Garcia. So we might not have to be flying bombing runs out of Whiteman Air Base. We might be flying B-2 Spirit stealth bombing runs out of Diego Garcia. That might be what's going on here. Very soon, very soon. The British, they gave us the green light. So, okay, a little bit different. It's a little bit closer. It's a little bit closer. Also, Diego Garcia is a really great location because it is beyond the range of the Iranian ballistic missiles. We know for a fact Iran does not have ballistic missiles that are capable of flying this far. They cannot strike the island. You know, you don't want to land a B-2 Spirit stealth bomber at an air base in Greece or Qatar or Bahrain because that's within striking distance of Iran. You don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk it. Diego Garcia, it's all good. You can land him down there. It's out of the strike distance. Yeah. It's just a little bit too far. It's a little bit too far. Now, there's something I wanted to show you. I just saw this pop up here. Satellite imagery shows the utter destruction of a drone base operated by the IRGC in the Kermanshah province of Western Iran. Oh, wow. Okay, folks, before, this is a drone manufacturing facility in Iran. Before, after, before, after. Wow. Any other footage here? No. Okay. There's the before now. It was a drone manufacturing facility. Drone base. It's a drone base. And now it is not. Any updates on the Save America Act? No, I don't have any updates for you. I don't. Oh, what I do have an update, as of 1 minute ago, Israel is now detecting ballistic missiles from Iran. Okay, Ladies and gentlemen, we have ballistic missiles inbound. Israel has just, and also, okay, we have warnings issued in Haifa. Haifa is North Israel. Right on the northern tip. Okay, ballistic missiles inbound to Haifa as well as potentially Tel Aviv. Potentially Tel Aviv as well. I've been looking for a Haifa live feed all day. Can't find one. Ballistic missiles potentially inbound here. Haifa live. I'm looking again. So that was our early warning. That means that, does anybody have Haifa? Nobody has Haifa. Ain't nobody got nothing on Haifa. So, yeah, that means that ballistic missiles potentially are going to be making their way to Israel in the next 10 minutes. We have probably 10-minute timeline here. I wonder if that AWACS circling in Turkey to provide early warning of the launch of another, maybe, yeah, maybe, could be. Hold up, red alert here. Real quick, you want to see what this looks like? This is what it looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Haifa area. This is all over northern Israel. We have expected collisions. I've never seen this before. Normally we have like maybe 10 of these at most. This, we might be looking at 100 of them. So I would suspect that things are about to get very bad. Things are probably about to get very bad. I'm going to, maybe I can put that. Can I put that right there? Yeah, you guys can see that up there. Okay. Do we hear sirens? Tel Aviv. We've got Beirut. I don't hear any sirens in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, but Haifa, I would suspect, yes. We just don't have a live feed of Haifa. We will see. This is I'll tell you, this is looking pretty bad. This is looking pretty bad. What do we have here? Coordinates. Stand by. I might have something here for you guys. Well, okay, that's on Cyprus. Okay, so we have, do we? Yeah, maybe not. It won't load. I thought we had a live feed coming out of Cyprus, but it's not loading. Okay, so anyway, we are looking at Haifa. We're worried about Haifa right now. I'm going to keep you guys posted on anything that is happening right now. I'm scanning around. This appears to be an absolutely massive attack wave that is coming in right now. Yeah, Faytux is now reporting early warnings for incoming Iranian missiles have been issued for southern Israel as well. Oh. Northern Israel as well as southern Israel. Northern Israel and southern Israel. Okay. One moment here, folks. Okay, I am going to do this. We're going to drop the Beirut cam. We have a bunch of cameras up here. So at least this is better than nothing. At least this will give you a little bit of an idea here of what maybe we're working with. And now we're on notice, folks. Now we're officially on notice. Seems like we do have some sirens in a couple different places in Israel. Potentially even Beirut as well, actually. All right. We are standing by. Yeah, massive. I'm hearing that in Haifa there are explosions overhead. I haven't heard that yet, though. I don't think we've seen that either. Seems like something big is happening right now, folks, so stand by here. We have a lot of reports coming in southern Israel and northern Israel as well. Sirens. All right. I'm hearing reports also of sirens in Kuwait. Sirens in Beirut, sirens in Kuwait, sirens in Haifa. I don't hear sirens in Tel Aviv. I don't think we have Tel Aviv sirens. I just checked. Ballistic missiles can carry nuclear and chemical weapons. That is true. Oh, what do we hear? Dog Mama says New York Dog Mama New York says dangerous conditions cited, Americans told to leave. Well, there goes my spontaneous Tehran vacation. Hate it when that happens. Yeah, if you had vacation scheduled for Tehran, you probably need to cancel. Or anywhere in the Middle East. Thank you, Dog Mama. Thank you very much. We are hoping that everybody here. Oh, good Lord. We're hoping that everybody here stays safe. Genuinely, everybody. What do we see in the top right? What do you see in North Israel? What do we see in here? Sirens are still blaring. You see that little light in the sky up top, but I don't think it's moving. I don't think that's a missile or anything like that. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, yep, top right, folks, top right. Those look like interceptors. You see that in Haifa also, in Haifa. A lot of interceptors going up right now, ladies and gentlemen, in North Israel and Haifa. Look in the top right. Sorry, that's my faxing machine. I was faxing something. My bad, everyone. I just ran out of toner. We are having reports like everywhere, central, north, south, everywhere in Israel, everywhere. I would not be surprised if we see Tel Aviv and Jerusalem get involved in this here in a minute. Would not be surprised. Saw an explosion on 5. Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, right there, another one. In Haifa, we're seeing more interceptors go up on Cam 7. Those are hits. Somebody's getting hit somewhere. Right across that hill in North Israel on Cam 5, right over that hill. That's an interception right there, just over the ridgeline. Sirens back on. Lot of interceptions there on Cam 5. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cam 11, Haifa. Massive, interceptors launching out. So a little reminder, we have been hearing rumors for years, actually, that Iran has hypersonic missiles that they have never used. Hypersonic that are too fast for the Iron Dome to successfully intercept. interceptions on 5 and 7 and 11. That's a hit. You can see a missile coming down right there on cam 5, a big one, and cam 4. A lot of successful interceptions up there. Holy fuck. Sorry, I'm sorry. We lost cam 4. Cam 4 has just been blown up or something. Red alerts all across Israel. Iran has mounted a large-scale ballistic missile attack. The Israeli Home Front Command issues an early warning for incoming Iranian missiles. Israel, Tel Aviv, West Bank, everywhere. They're hitting everywhere at the same time. Maybe it's over. No, look on cam 4. I'm trying to fix this damn thing. They keep on flipping the orientation of these cameras here. I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over yet. As I was saying, reports of mass explosions in Doha, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, and UAE also. Israel was not the only target of this attack. We have reports of Doha, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, and UAE as well, ladies and gentlemen. This might have just been sort of the Hail Mary. They just hit absolutely everyone. So keep in mind, you know what happens after an attack like this? You see a massive retaliation. What we're going to see very soon following this attack is a massive Israeli and U.S. retaliation. We've seen Trump, Marco Rubio, and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. They've been saying publicly all day that we haven't even really hit Iran yet. We've barely even hit them. They've seen nothing. We haven't even broken out the big stuff yet. Yeah. Oh, Cam 5, North Israel. Nothing is intercepting that. Is that just going to hit? I think that just kind of walked right on in there. Right beyond the ridge line there. And there's the noise. Yep, that was a hit. That was another hit right there. Yep. Look at that, Tel Aviv Cam 4. I'm not sure if that's an interceptor or a ballistic missile coming in over the skies of Tel Aviv on Cam 4. Maybe it's a plane or something. I don't know what that is. Doesn't really have the usual ballistic missile trajectory on it, does it? You just heard a big boom, though, in the distance. Big boom out there. Okay, I'm getting an unconfirmed report right now, folks, that Iranian ballistic missiles, they are now being equipped with cluster warheads. We saw one moment here, folks. I've got an image of this, but I need to. Hey, I'm a one-man show. Here's what I'm going to do. So, okay, sirens again. Sirens again. And real quick, I want to show you, we saw this yesterday, and now that we're seeing it again today, I think it's not coincidental. I think this is what they're doing. They're using cluster munitions. Allegedly, the Iranians have cluster munitions that branch off of the main ballistic missile to act as distractions for the Iron Dome interceptors. We saw this yesterday, and people said, did it get intercepted? Maybe this is debris. We're seeing it again today in the same spread pattern. I think they've got cluster ballistic missiles now, is what they have. That seems to be the case. We're seeing it again today. I have a video of this, actually. Hold up. Cam 4, Tel Aviv. Okay, you know what these are? We're seeing the exact same movement here. I think these must be planes, like fighter planes taking off. I think that Israel might be scrambling jets. Because it's we've seen that exact same trajectory twice now, flying above the city line. Yeah. We're not seeing any. You can't see any military plane activity on flight radar right now. There's nothing. I'll tell you what we do see. We do see. Over Qatar, real fast. There's a Boeing F-15. The Qataris have just scrambled a jet. In the past, they've used these to shoot down drones. Sirens. Sirens again. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I want you guys to decide, because I can't tell you. I'll give you my opinion, but for whatever that's worth. Allegedly, this is footage from what we just saw, this attack. Allegedly, these are the cluster munitions, the cluster ballistic missiles that Iran is now using. Allegedly. We saw a similar dynamic yesterday. So right now there's a debate online. Everybody's arguing whether this is a cluster munition or if this is debris after it's been intercepted. Is it debris or is it intentional and deliberate cluster? Sirens are back. Sirens are back. So in this attack, we also saw Kuwait. I can confirm Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates. Kuwait and United Arab Emirates also just got hit. I think more too. But those are the ones I have confirmations for. Dumb question. All you have to do is go see when they hit the ground. Oh yeah, I guess I should go look. It didn't occur to me to go look at the impact site. I guess I'll hop on an airplane and go take a look, huh? Foolish me. I should just go take a look. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, oh God. Breaking news, the U.S. is preparing for a, quote, major uptick in attacks over the next 24 hours. A U.S. official has just told CNN. Major uptick over the next 24 hours. Okay, I'm now seeing Israeli. I'm seeing Israeli news sources say that cluster munitions are being used. Israel is saying these are cluster munitions. Equipped with, they're calling them cluster warheads. Cluster warheads. And the picture that's going around that everybody's talking about right now is this. This is the picture. The notion, the idea, whether or not it's true, I'll tell you the idea. Make sure I'm not obscuring anything. The notion is that as the Iranian ballistic missiles get close over target, that then they release these clusters to sort of bait or confuse the Israeli Iron Dome. That's the general idea. Several of the Iranian ballistic missiles that were down tonight over Israel appear to have been medium-range missiles equipped with cluster munition warheads, which were previously used by the IRGC during strikes last June against populated areas in Israel. Okay, I think the debate is over. I'm just seeing post after post about this. Oh. Where did that go? There. That's what that looks like overhead. So the Iranian ballistic missile releases all of these cluster munitions to confuse the Israeli Iron Dome system, so that the missile interceptors, perhaps instead, it's like bait. They go for the clusters instead of the actual ballistic missile itself. So there's that. So this seems to be what's happening. Dubai has just sent an alert to all of its people. Pull this up. The United Arab Emirates has been hit numerous times by ballistic missiles in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Due to the current situation, a potential missile threats, seek immediate shelter in the closest secure building and steer away from windows, doors, and open areas and wait for further instructions. Do we see something on cam 11? Is there 11? Or? I don't think we see anything right now. Maybe not. Ripping out more updates for you guys. Okay, I will say a little humble reminder here. Do not spam the chat. You can hang out. It's all good. In fact, you can kind of say whatever you want. I'm pretty laissez-faire with my rules around here, but just do not spam the chat. No chat. Do not spam-arino in the chat-arino. No spam-arino in the chat-arino. Okay, Here we go. Now, what are we seeing here? The U.S. is now expecting an uptick in attacks, allegedly. That's coming at a source from CNN. The next 24 hours will have an uptick in attacks from Iran. Per CNN. The IDF instructs everyone to shelter in place and bunker down. Hey, Matt, cluster munitions are technically illegal against the Geneva Convention, but cluster bombs are typically meant to canvass a specific spot with multiple explosions, not a diversion method. Well, I suppose, you know, we don't know all the details of what we're seeing. I guess that's the problem, right? We don't know if these are like flares. Maybe they're not explosive munitions themselves. It could be these are distraction flares. Don't know. In fact, we're just sitting here looking at a couple videos and pictures trying to say, what the hell is that? But, you know, at like a foundational level, perhaps Iran maybe doesn't really give a shit what the Geneva Convention has to say. Maybe not. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. CNN has monkeypox. Yeah, maybe. I'm checking my sources here. Okay, more ballistic missiles have been fired again at northern Israel by Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, another mass wave. Another mass wave just now has been fired. During the 12-day war, the strategy was to use cheaper missiles and drones to deplete the Iron Dome rockets, then swarm attack with your higher-end missiles and cause more damage. Yeah. Now that seems to be the strategy. That's the smart thing to do if you're the IRGC. That said, as time goes on, every single day, every single hour, Israel and the U.S. are continuing to carry out airstrikes and Tomahawk missile strikes and whatever else, blowing up all of the Iranian regime's ballistic missile launchers and storage facilities, etc. Their drone silos, everything. And so, you know, if the IRG, it's a balancing act. If you're the chief IRGC strategist, it takes time to blow a hole or burn through the munitions of the Iron Dome. But then also, by the time you maybe do potentially burn through the Iron Dome munitions, maybe you might not even have the capacity at that point to launch a successful attack because 80% of your launchers have been taken out by American airstrikes. It's an evolving situation. And personally, I couldn't tell you what percent. Oh, North Israel. Personally, I couldn't tell you what percentage of the Iranian ballistic missiles or ballistic missile launchers have been taken out. You know, keep in mind something to make note of with the Iranian ballistic missiles. Let's say you've got 1,000 ballistic missiles, but only 10 ballistic missile launchers. Well, can't do a whole lot. You know, a ballistic missile is nothing without a ballistic missile launcher. They got to haul these things out on the back of a pickup truck or a semi truck and take them out into a field and launch them off. Every single time these ballistic missile launch pad semi trucks haul a missile out, we've got state-of-the-art satellite imagery that is scanning every single square inch of the entire country of Iran, and then relaying that over to a bunch of fighter jets and Tomahawk missile. So we're effectively hunting them at all times. We're playing a big game of whack-a-mole. We're hunting all of them. Anytime they poke their head out of the hole, we're trying to blow them up. Did I say mythal? Mythal? How many mythals? How many mythals do you think they have? I don't know. Maybe 1,000th. Maybe 10,000th. Maybe they have 100,000th mythals. Nobody knows. Well, so anyway, we saw 5 minutes ago, big time, allegedly another wave of ballistic missile launches coming out of Iran, targeted Israel. So we in the next 5 minutes here, 5 minutes from now, we might see another big attack. I'll tell you something here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's read this with you real quick. The United States is preparing for a, quote, major uptick in attacks on Iran over the next 24 hours. Oh, this report is saying, I think that other report I read off to you got it wrong. This report here is saying major uptick in attacks on Iran, not from Iran, on Iran. Heavily focus on destroying the country's missile production, unmanned aerial vehicles, and naval capability. Though stocks of missiles are running low, especially Tomahawks and SM-3s, a senior U.S. official told CNN. Okay, we're gonna be seeing more attacks on Iran, not from Iran. Maybe from Iran also. Okay. Gertrude says, I have you playing in the nursing home while I play cribbage. Cutie, you have a calm and deep voice. Shout out everyone in the nursing home. Hey, we love our nursing home viewers. If you are in the nursing home, we love you. We care about you. We love our elderly community. We love our assisted living community. We love our nursing home community. Let's go. Shout out everyone in the nursing homes. Let's go. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gertrude. Hey, Matt, as of yesterday, 50% of the Iranian regime's missile launchers have been destroyed. I saw that report also. I saw that report. I also understand that, like, I think a lot of the firm numbers are rough guesses. That like, in reality, fact of the matter, it could be 25%, could be 30%, could be 80%. I don't think that anyone at this point outside of Iran knows exactly the exact number, how many ballistic missiles they have, exactly how many ballistic missile launchers they have. I mean, hell, maybe nobody in Iran even knows. So many people have been killed over the last 2 days. I'm old, but I'm in a Nigerian nursing home. Do you love me too? Anyway, hey, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, wait a minute. Oh, okay, no, we're good. We're back. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, Lebanon has outlawed Hezbollah effectively. Thank you, Matt Yak. Thank you. That's true. They're talking about arresting members of Hezbollah now. That is right. We are on standby. Once again, the United States is planning a major uptick, a quote, major uptick in attacks against Iran over the next 24 hours. It's going to be a very eventful 24 hours. Now, I'll tell you what is very curious here is that I have not seen any footage of any of these attacks. We know that North Israel just got the living hell battered out of it. We know. We saw all of these collide or make contact. We saw it. I haven't seen any video footage of this, however. I've seen no video footage. Close my map. Back up here. The port city of Haifa in North Israel. And right about here, yeah, there it is. This is the border with Lebanon. So, somewhere in this area, we just had a bunch of Iranian ballistic missiles come crashing down. This is Haifa. And it sure seems like a lot of them connected. Sure seems like that was the case. Hello, Matt Morris. I'm in a trans LGBTQ nursing home. Do you love me? Anyway, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that $5 super chat big time. Thank you. AK says, I have spent 3 full days with you, Matt. You are my favorite. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're my favorite. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, like we said, during this recent attack on northern Israel, we also had a simultaneous attack in some of the Persian Gulf states. Footage of a major ballistic missile engagement over Qatar just a little while ago. Okay, now some of the footage is finally coming out here, folks, of what we just saw 10 minutes ago. You see the interceptors going up in the sky. This is Qatar, Doha. Look at this. Holy, this is like the entire sky. The sky is littered. What does that look like right there? Right here. What does that one look like? Now I feel like I'm becoming a conspiracy theorist here. What does that look like right there? That looks like, to me, one of these cluster munitions. You can see it kind of spread out. Yeah, I'll just play the video. Down there in the bottom left. Looks like that to me. Daredevil says, I told everyone at work, I work at a state jail, about your informative broadcast. Salute. Shout out all of our viewers who are in federal or state custody. If you are a federal or state prison, if you're in a prison right now, shout out. We support the Morris Forest prisoner community. No, hey, I'm joking. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Shout out all of the people who are incarcerated tuning into the show. Thank you very much. No, I'm joking. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's the word of mouth. It's a big deal. That does help a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you. Special thank you to the nursing home and incarceration communities tuning in today. The foundation, the bedrock of this community. Okay, we've got some more footage of this recent attack I'm pulling up here. Morris is doing better numbers than primetime news. That's because they don't have as many elderly and prisoners. They don't have as many prisoners tuning in as we do. Okay. Footage shows PAC-3 interceptors launched from a Patriot surface-to-air missile. This is over Abu Dhabi in United Arab Emirates. This is in the UAE 10, 15 minutes ago. Well, hold up. Did that even hit anything? Oh, yeah, I missed it. There it is. Cam 7. What are you talking about? Cam 7. I don't think anything is happening. Is anything happening here? Just catching up on the news here. Hold up. Okay, there was another interception video here over the UAE just a moment ago. You know, a little reminder here that I think a lot of people tend not to think about. Every single time one of these missiles is intercepted over the skies, there's debris and it falls down. We've seen, I don't know, maybe half a dozen people now over the last 2 days that have died. Innocent, random people that have died because ballistic missile or drone debris is falling out of the sky, and it lands on their house or it lands on their car right on top of their head, and then they get crushed. We've seen several people all across the Middle East, innocent random people just going about their day. You look up and there's a ballistic missile, a heaping wreckage of a ballistic missile crashing on top of your house. So we are Oh, shit. Sirens again. Real quick, something just happened in Beirut. We hear sirens in Israel. Something just hit Beirut. What in the hell happened here? There's too many things going on right now. Right there. Hold up, hold up, hold up. What's that? Something big just hit Beirut, and I don't know what. And I don't know what. Are we going to see, is this going to happen? Are we going to see this or what? There. What in the... That came from the right. What in the hell was that? Look again, look again. Pay attention. Right there. What in the living hell was that? That just happened right now. No, that you could tell that came from, it was like a rocket or something. And then look how big the plume of smoke is as it cleared out a little bit. That's what it looks like now. This is live. I don't think that was a car bomb. I don't think so. You could see something fly in there. I'm gonna look into that. Okay, I see a report 1 minute ago. The Israeli Air Force is currently striking Hezbollah command centers and storage facilities in Beirut. 1 minute ago. The Israeli Air Force is currently striking Hezbollah command centers and weapon storage facilities in where? Beirut. That's what we just saw there. That must be. And now we have air raid sirens again, somewhere in Israel. Wells DNC, hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Trying not to. There's a lot to keep on top of right now. Seems like things are escalating. Remember how I said every night it's always between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Middle Eastern time, that is, which is about what it is now. There's a little window, 1 to 4 in the morning in the Middle East. That's when everything crazy happens. Well, here we are. It is that time of night. Okay, real quick. What do we... During Iran's latest round of strikes against the Gulf state neighbors, footage shows a Patriot battery engaging incoming missiles. Okay, this is the one that we saw. I'll play it again. This was UAE. Yeah. Uh-huh. Five-day MIT. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know what? I've got to say something too. Thank you, 5-day MIT. I need to give a shout out to some of the moderators here that are helping keep these live chats in line, making sure everybody is behaving. Thank you very much, moderators. Cam 4. Oh, look at this. Right there. I think that's a plane. I think that's an airplane. That's got to be an airplane flying over Tel Aviv. Gotta be. Man, what a day, man. Once again, folks, on 3 occasions today, once from Hegseth, once from Rubio, once from Trump, we've heard from all 3 of them over the course of the day. They have all said that soon the United States is going to be hitting Iran harder than we have ever hit them before. They said, we've barely even hit them yet. All 3 of them have said, this is Secretary of State, Secretary of War, and President have all said, we have barely even started on Iran. We've barely even hit them yet. And that very soon, we are going to hit them harder than they have ever been hit. So that might be happening soonish. I don't know, especially after the type of stuff we just saw here in the last half hour. Maybe so. The U.S. Senate is set to get briefed on the ongoing situation with Iran at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Presumably that will be a closed-door brief. Okay. It is true. We do, you know this. I think a lot of you know this. The United States military has things that nobody has ever seen. And I'm not even talking like alien technology. I don't know. We probably have that too. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But, for instance, everybody's familiar with the 50,000-pound GBU bunker buster bomb. We talked a lot about that 8 months ago during Operation Midnight Hammer. You have these big B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. They're flying 50,000 feet up in the sky. You can't even see them from the ground. They drop these 50,000-pound bunker buster bombs, the biggest ones in the world. That's what we use to blow up Fort Dow and Natanz nuclear enrichment facilities. Actually, wait a minute though. The 50,000-pound bunker buster bomb is actually not the biggest bunker buster bomb we have. We have nuclear bunker buster bombs that make the GBU bunker buster bomb look like nothing. The U.S. has nuclear bunker buster bombs. So this is what I'm saying. We have stuff. I'm not even talking about alien technology. We have like conventional stuff that is just nuts. That is just nuts. That is just nuts. Why do you have no Iranian cameras? Well, because there really aren't a whole lot of good Iranian cameras. That's pretty much. Huh? Huh. Okay, 1 second here. Little man, hey, thank you. Thank you, little man, 0079. Thank you very much. $45 Rob, thank you very much. Yeah, maybe we're running low on tomahawks. That's what CNN said. I'm not sure about that. Wells DNC, thank you very much. Red Sheep, he's been here 3 days in a row. I think you're secretly the voice of Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. Should I pull the lever? Thank you. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Matt, I would recommend using SOFAR for live alerts from Israel. Is that a Twitter page? Where can I find that? I'm not even kidding. You're gonna think I'm joking here, but I'm not. During the 12-day war, there was an app I tried to download. It was like an Israeli app, letting Israelis living in Israel know when there was a strike coming. They have like a safety mobile app they download. And I tried to download this app during the 12-day war 8 months ago, and I happened to be trying to download this app on a Saturday, and it wouldn't let me download the app because it was Shabbat. And I said, all right. I said, okay. And then I forgot about it. I tried to download some Israeli app to get all the alerts, and I couldn't do it because it was Shabbat. It wasn't allowed. I forget the name of the app, though. What is this here? Yes. No, the website you've linked me so far. Yes, I've used this in the past. Although, yeah, I remember this app or this website. I remember this. That's right. We looked at this during the 12-day war a couple times. I remember during the 12-day war, this website was to be frank, this website was always behind the stuff I was finding on Twitter. It seems like people are posting on Twitter faster than this website is getting updated officially. So I've got my sources on Twitter. I've got a list of really good sources that I go to. I think we're probably in a good spot here. There's going to be a Trump speech soon. Is that right? Where do you see that there's going to be a Trump speech? I'll check a couple. I don't see that. I don't see anything about that. Kathy Baker. Thank you very much, Kathy Baker. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. First off, thanks for your insight, XYZ. Thank you. In coverage of the conflict, as we all know, Iran is totally cut off from the web. Do you think the IRGC is doing this for negotiations' sake or fear of uprising? I think when we're talking about the IRGC, these people have been vetted, they are extreme diehard party ideological loyalists. They are religious zealots. These people have been vetted. They've been raised. Imagine you're a young man and you're 35 years old and your entire life you've been raised in this very specific radical sect of Islam. It's all you've ever known. I think these people have been propagandized, a lot of them, these diehard party loyalists in Iran have been propagandized effectively or conditioned to think this way since day one of their life, every single second of every single day. And then they've been handpicked to be in these positions. I think a lot of these people, you cannot discount how zealous they are with their, let's say, religious convictions. A lot of the people maybe all of the people in the inner circle of the Iranian regime, the real party loyalists, they're effectively doomsday cultists. If you look into their religious beliefs, I'm not talking about all Muslims either. I'm talking this specific sect of Islam. They're called the Twelvers. They have a very specific doomsday end times prophecy. They think that in situations like this hidden imam, camera 11 down here, bottom left, we just saw, this is Haifa, Israel. Yeah, we just saw an interceptor, looked like an interceptor lift off on camera 11. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought there. I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, maybe things are still happening here. Hey, another one. Camera 11 down there on the bottom left. Another one. Looks like interceptors are getting shot off. The Qatari International Media Office released a statement refuting the claims made by Bloomberg that their stocks of Patriot interceptor missiles were nearing depletion, saying, quote, "The inventory of Patriot interceptor missiles held by the Qatari Armed Forces has not been depleted and remains well stocked." There you go. Good job, Bloomberg. Good job, Bloomberg. Okay, remember that missile strike or whatever strike we were trying to take a look at in Beirut? Well, dude, this is the aftermath. You don't even show the strike. They don't even show the strike. Okay, I'm trying to find the strike itself. We already saw it briefly here on this show, but I'm looking for another angle. What do we have here? That's immediately fall. Oh, well. So this is in Beirut, and likely this is the Israeli Air Force hitting a Hezbollah storage facility or something like that. The IAF is currently carrying out, or they were carrying out airstrikes in Beirut. Now, this is TNMY Ruby, says, third day watching you, and yes, I am actually a woman and a senior, but not in a nursing home. Well, then I don't like you. I only like nursing home seniors. I'm kidding. Keep up the great coverage, Matt. You're a great patriot. God bless all in harm's way in the USA. God bless all of the U.S. service members and the innocent people that are caught in the fray here and everyone involved. Seriously. Yeah, and thank you. And thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. We had heard, now it's been probably 15 minutes, we had heard about another massive wave of Iranian ballistic missiles. Oh, well, you know what? You know what's happening right now? Okay, 1 minute ago, I have a report 1 minute ago that says Kuwait's military says it is intercepting a wave of missiles and drones that have entered its airspace over Kuwait. You know, we'll kind of talk about logistics here real quick. Zoom out. Okay. So this is Iran. Every time Iran launches drones or missiles, let's say they're targeting Israel. Well, Iran launches drones and missiles from tons of different places across the country, not just one place. And depending on where they launch, the drones and missiles have to fly over other countries. A lot of these countries, in this case, maybe Kuwait, sometimes Qatar, UAE, sometimes it's Bahrain, sometimes, it's a U.S. military base in Iraq or Syria. That gives us a chance to intercept and try to knock these drones and missiles out of the sky. And so, when we just hear a minute ago that Kuwait is blasting Iranian drones and missiles out of the sky, out of its airspace, maybe these drones and missiles flying over Kuwait weren't actually destined for Kuwait. They were just flying over Kuwait on their way to Israel, and then Kuwait starts popping them out of the air. Yeah. But maybe Kuwait in this instance was actually not even the target. Oftentimes, I think that is the case. We have a super chat from Drew Jenkins. He says, thanks for what you do, Matt. We watch your show all the time. Your dry sense of humor is critical in these crazy times. My wife says you need hot tea with lemon and honey to save your voice. I think you're right. You know what? I think you're right. I think your wife is right about that. I would take some hot tea with lemon and honey. That sounds good to me. Thank you very much. No, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do you ever read the YouTube comments? Yes, but you're on Rumble, and I'm reading your comment right now on Rumble. I read them all. This is from my point of view. I've got the Rumble chat right there, and I've got my YouTube chat right there, and I'm looking at everything. I'm seeing it all. And then I've got, right on top of you guys, I've got all of our breaking news sources. And I've got, you wouldn't even, I've got another 5 live broadcasts over there on another monitor I have over there. We've got all, what is this? 8. I've got 8 in front of me, another 5 over there. I got 2 chats. I've got 6 different live news sources. I've got my production software over there. Busy, busy guy. It's a one-man show. Listen, you want to know something? Other operations like this, they pay people $100,000 a year to manage this and manage that. I'm like, hey, I'll just do it all. I'm just going to do it all. I'll just do it all by myself. I can employ 5 people to do 5 different things and pay them all $100,000 a year, or I could just do it all myself. And here we are. I'm a one-man news network. It's a one-man news network. I can multitask it all. There's nothing wrong with that. We'll save some money along the way. Or alternatively, hear me out, I could pay a bunch of H-1B Indians. I could pay them probably $6 an hour. I get them here on a work visa, on an H-1B work visa. These are things you need to consider. You must consider these things. These things must be. Ranjit? I could yell at him. Ranjit, turn up the audio. Ranjit, flip on the cameras. Whoop. Thank you, Ranjit. Flip them off, Ranjit. Whoop. Thank you. It's the American way. It's the American way. Okay, anyway. Let me get back on top of this. Someone said Stream Deck. You want to know what? I actually don't have a Stream Deck. I literally click everything. If I was smart, I would get a Stream Deck. I don't have one. I click all of it with my mouse, like some type of primitive caveman, like some type of I don't know, Homo erectus. I'm a Homo erectus in the least gay way possible. We have a big Japanese super chat. No, Korean. Look at this. Good morning, Matt and friends. Salute from South Korea. Kim Jong-un, you next. Thank USA, thank Trump. Korea, US, Japan together. Hey, annyeonghaseyo. Hey, annyeonghaseyo. What's up? Shout out to all the South Koreans. Shout out to all the South Koreans. I was in South Korea 12 years ago. For a short little while. I was in Seoul and a little bit in Busan. Annyeonghaseyo, they used to say. Thank you very much. Little Rocket Man. Little Rocket Man. Let me do some update scanning here. We get a report out of Kuwait right now. Kuwait has confirmed that 27 Kuwaiti military personnel have been injured since the start of the Iranian attacks, according to a government statement. 27 Iranian military personnel. In the run-up, I see another report here coming out of the Wall Street Journal. In the run-up to the conflict with Iran, Israel had already prepared plans for a major offensive against Hezbollah and was waiting for the group to strike first before launching its own operation, according to Israeli officials. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Hezbollah just didn't really strike, did they? They ended up firing a couple bottle rockets down at Haifa after Khamenei was already dead, and then they stopped. They haven't done anything since. That was yesterday morning. It was more of like a very limp, symbolic attack. I can't believe what we just saw, 20 minutes ago now? That was a massive attack. I can't believe that the Iranians actually pulled that off, to be honest with you. That was a big attack. That was a big attack. Out here scanning real quick. I've got something here, ladies and gentlemen. Was I in a Mormon mission in South Korea? No, it wasn't a Mormon mission. No, it was not. This is a location of an Israeli Air Force strike in Beirut, allegedly on Hezbollah's Al-Manar studios. So this must have been what we saw. We saw that big plume of smoke coming up. The Israeli Air Force fired at a Hezbollah maybe they're making their media, Hezbollah propaganda station or something, the Al-Manar studios. Hezbollah. And we have, these are the coordinates. Maybe I'll pull this up on Google Maps here. Bear with me here, folks. I plug this in right here. There we go. Yeah, we're talking this building, the Watar Media Production. Must be here. Must be this. Can we go on the ground? Yeah, maybe. Or maybe not. Photo path. Well, I've never seen that before. What the hell are we talking about here? Photo path. Click highlighted areas to see images. I've never seen this before. Well, I don't know. Anyway, we don't have Google Street View. Maybe a couple photos, but I don't know how to open them. I'll put this, where was our, there it is. There it is. There it is. I cannot believe that massive attack we just saw. Oh boy. Okay, early reports are now coming in of explosions in the diplomatic sector of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as reports of explosions in the vicinity of U.S. Embassy have been reported. Okay, potentially the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia was just attacked. Ladies and gentlemen. Where's our Riyadh? There we are.
All right, guys. There has been a lot of action. I did come up online to stream. In Beirut, there was just a very large explosion. As I was preparing the stream to come up live, and there's been a lot of anti-aircraft, anti-missile things going in the air on the Beirut, Lebanon camera. When there are missile alerts in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, the Israeli government has asked them not to show them, but you will hear the explosions. Hi, Desert Living. So keep your eyes on all the cameras. I do have the TOFAR up for you guys on the lower right. When an alert comes in, you'll see the alert and you'll hear the alarm. And then about 2 to 3 minutes later, you will hear the air raid sirens in Tel Aviv and or Jerusalem. But I did bring the audio up for you guys. Benjamin Balderson, give me just a second and I will give that to you. Or if you have Discord, you can send me the link there. But we will be live here the rest of the night or until I pass out or get ready to pass out. Desert Living, good to see you. Thanks for everybody for coming in. Please hit the like button and share the stream out Like I said about 15 minutes ago, as I was preparing the stream, there was a major explosion on the Beirut camera. There's been a lot of alerts over Tel Aviv and Israel. There was just an incursion of a aircraft which is assumed or presumed to be a drone over the Gaza area, or excuse me, southern Golan. Not sure where that is, but definitely a lot of action tonight, or what has turned out to be tonight. It is currently Iran time 3:34 a.m. Okay, Ben, give me just a second. Benjamin Balderson, I will accept that, and we'll get that going. So a lot of action tonight, guys. So please share the broadcast out. Over on Pilled, hit that red pill and repost. And over on YouTube, please hit that like button. It helps me out. It's free to do. We will be here live throughout the night, until I pass out or get ready to pass out. And we will continue our live coverage. Everybody go over to Outlaw News and very good friend of Spin City News. Been helping them out a little bit over on Pilled. Give him a like, give him a follow. Real good guy. But we will continue our live coverage as long as we have feeds to show you. I will get them up on the screen. So enjoy the broadcast. If you have any questions for me, or if you have another feed, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll look at it and see if I can get it up on the screen for you. A lot of information today, and we're going to cover that here momentarily. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming in. Also, ladies and gentlemen, over on Pilled and the other platforms, if you would be so kind to support our channel, we work very hard. We've been live pretty much every day. Oh, we got some more stuff going on. Looks like we got another little explosion over on the Beirut, Lebanon channel. If you look real closely, you can see the smoke rising in the middle of the camera shot there. There was just some gunfire, I believe it sounded like, over on. Yep, I observant. Observe. I just saw it. I just saw a couple flashes, and then we do got some smoke rising up there. I wish I could zoom in, or the cameraman would zoom in. We could see actually what it is. going to try to find the explosion and put it up on the screen for you earlier. It was pretty massive. It was pretty massive, guys. And obviously, let's keep all these people in our prayers and our daily intentions. They're going through a lot. Guys, where that smoke is rising on the Beirut, Lebanon feed there, that is almost in the place where the really big explosion was. If not, that might be, that might or may be the same building or whatever they hit. I think we hear gunfire or something. Yep, that is gunfire. Sounds like large caliber gunfire. I can turn the feeds up, guys, if you need. If anybody can hear it or want me to turn it up, put a 1 in the chat and I can turn the feeds up a little bit. Okay, thank you, Benjamin Balderson. I want to thank my moderators over on Pilled and YouTube and Rumble for coming in, sitting in the background. They're much helpful to me as I'm going through feeds to try to get some replays for you. There has been some speculation within the next 24 to 48 hours. Things are going to heat up in the United States. I hate to say it that way, but that is, right now, that's a conspiracy theory. But sources are saying that saying things could heat up here in the United States. They are telling Americans to leave. More gunfire, guys. More gunfire. I might be able to get a flight radar and put it up there on the screen for you. Courtesy observant learned over on PILD. He says on Flight Radar 24, you can see all the flight paths around the Middle East. It's pretty neat. So let me see if I can get something up on the screen for Flight Radar, and I will replace the TOFAR, but I'll keep it in the background, guys. I will keep it in the background, and when the alerts come in, we'll switch over to it. Okay, guys, I've got Flight Radar 24 up. We got some military aircraft over Saudi Arabia right now. I'll back out just a little bit. C-17A Globemaster out over I don't know what that is right there, but we've got over Jordan, we've got a Strato tanker that took off from Jerusalem, and then we have a KC-2 Voyager, and that is Guys, we just heard some more shots, and now down on the Beirut camera, we got a plume of black smoke, and it looks to be there's a fire. Let me try to zoom in. Yeah, it looks to be like there's a fire now. But I'm hearing little bangs, and then I'm seeing plumes of smoke, and it looks like up in the sky there's some flickering on the camera. I don't know if it's the camera or it's something being shot. Okay, there was that explosion that I was talking about over on YouTube. It seems like a lot of action over in Beirut this evening. Keep your eyes on the camera. Looks like now there's a bigger column of smoke coming up from that area right in the middle of the camera in Beirut. I am keeping an eye on the missile alerts out of Israel and Tel Aviv. You'll see it change on the bottom right as I'm looking to bring those to you live. It just looked like on the Beirut they've got more anti-aircraft or anti-missiles going up in the air right now. On the Beirut camera. There's more. There's more. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the Beirut camera, guys. Now, I'm just getting a report of the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh has been attacked by drones. So, the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh has been attacked. Nobody has been hurt because of an evacuation order that was given yesterday. So, breaking news, the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh has been attacked. Two drones have been confirmed. It has been confirmed, guys. According to official sources, there is currently a drone headed towards the U.S. Embassy. There's more tracer fire, more tracer or anti-aircraft fire on Beirut, guys. But there is a drone on the way to the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh as we speak. I got confirmed reports. Hey guys, if you could hit the thumbs up button, hit that red pill over on Pilled. Like the broadcast, share it out. Much appreciated. It's free to do. Over on Pilled, if you'd like to support the channel, you know what to do.
hostile aircraft intrusion. Sajur, Rama. In El Asad. Miron. Moran, Merom Galil, Regional Center. Shefer. Farod. Amirim. Kfar Shamai. Kfar Hanania. Safed City.